Hello, everyone. We're Glazed. We're from Jacksonville, Florida, and you're watching Spinnaker Radio's On the Couch. This song is called Chelsea Lately. I'm boarding up the doors that your hinges held shut. You spoke in tongues. Believe me, we're still both so young. Yeah. Spell this short. This is perspective. There's only so much left for me to give. You spoke it tongues. Believe me, we're still both so young. We face the demons we create. A fear forgotten. Get some sleep. You spoke in tongues. Believe me, we're still both so young. Thank you. When I was 14 years old, I started a band called Us Versus All. Brian here was about 12 years old, sitting in a tree, playing guitar, and I was like, hey, dude, come play bass. A couple years after that, that band turned into another band called Fight for First. And then I got kicked out of that band. Brian was still in it, and then Reed joined to play guitar. Out of that band, another band called Locals was made, and their members quit, and then I rejoined, and now we're called Glazed as of last year. So we've all known each other for a very long time.
Yeah, just like the music scene in general. We always like go to shows together since junior year, sophomore year.
It's a pretty good time.
And it worked out because when we were young, we knew people who booked the shows, and they were just like, hey, you want to play with this band? And I'm like, yeah, we listened to them, like, I listened to them on my iPod, like on the bus. And it was like, okay, yeah, we'll play. And it's kind of just been that since like 14 until now.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
That's
But
nice.
we love it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Wouldn't have it any
We're
other
like
way.
the only musicians left. Everyone else went to college.
Yeah. When we were younger, we were into bands like The Main and Hello Goodbye and All Time Low, kind of pop punk
Mayday
stuff.
Parade.
Over the years, our taste in music kind of refined itself, I feel like, naturally, to where we got into the bands that they were into, which happened to be stuff like Sunny Day Real Estate and Taking Back Sunday, Saves the Day, Get Up Kids,
Right.
Jinx, Copeland.
I love Coop.
From there, we just kind of got together, and I don't know, we didn't really set out planning to nail a specific genre, like we're going to be a pop punk band, or we're going to be an emo band, or we're going to be an alternative rock band. It was more of like, we just like things that are loud, fast, and want to make you cry.
I like to have like intricacy.
Intricacy.
There you go.
Good word.
I don't know. When I listen to bands that just like play with just power chords the whole time, and I guess it feels more emotional, but I also like to put like more technical playing in.
Just adds more personality.
I was like a 13-year-old playing metal, and I think that comes in somewhere latently. in the writing of things?
All heavy. Content and physically. So when we first started as a band, we practiced in a church's basement in San Marco for about a year,
Yeah,
right?
about a year.
We just had access to this basement in Florida, and we're like, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll play here. After that, we just hop around to garages, you know. We practice in his garage,
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll go to, like,
Stroke boats.
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, we practice at his place, too, sometimes.
Sometimes.
At the beginning we had his house for the entire first year of the band, so we could always just go over there and practice. That was our practice spot. And then when that house got dismembered, or whatever, is that the right term? I guess that's the right term. Like, they stopped living there, and so we didn't really have a place to practice when we started.
And we
playing
still
more
don't.
shows.
We're in
Once
between
we recorded,
spaces.
on tour was probably like, that ingrained the songs in our systems. So
Honestly,
these songs
you
right
have to
now,
think
it's like
about
they're
it.
already in us. We just got to find time to write the
Playing
music
for
and
a year
practice that.
constantly.
Our set list hasn't changed in a year.
Yeah. Well, we're all really busy, so it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to dedicate an entire week. We all have jobs, so it's hard planning it out, but somehow it all falls together.
But
had
we love this way too much to not do it.
Exactly.
We don't practice not because we're like above practicing, but Reed lives in Tallahassee, and we're all full-time students, and we work a lot. So playing shows is something that we do on the weekends every once in a while,
Yeah.
sometimes unexpectedly. And like we're playing a show tonight at Underbelly, and we didn't even confirm. The promoter just put us on the show, so we were just like, okay, yeah, we'll play. We didn't practice, but we're definitely down to put on the show.
And we always like experimenting with new things. So on tour was
Tour.
probably the craziest thing that
We
we've
went
ever
on tour,
done.
yeah.
Beautiful.
And what we went on tour in? Okay. So we drove 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
4,000 miles and it was the night before our U-Haul plans got canceled. We were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We had no cars to drive. Justin has a 2-door white Mercury Cougar, and we fit the drum kit, 3 guitars, the bass head, and all of us and all of our other stuff.
Our
and went on
luggage,
tour,
our
yeah,
merch.
luggage,
Snacks.
So many
merch.
bags of chips were just thrown in
and went
there.
4,000 miles in a 2-door car with all 4 of us.
Tiny.
Crunched up. Our legs had to go out the windows from the back seat because the 3 guitars were in front of us. And I mean, like, just having the pleasure of bands offering us places to stay and all of that, just the entire experience was probably the coolest thing that we've ever done.
It taught us a lot of things.
Yeah.
Definitely how to live with each other.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
inches away from each other all the time.
Yeah. I think being on tour, people kind of treat you differently because they realize that you're not from there. And it's like you have nowhere to go, so people are always really welcoming to us.
And that's what we learned going on tour. Jacksonville's really on,
Yeah.
they're on that come up right now. There's a bunch
a lot
of
of
local
people take it for
bands
granted.
that are definitely kind of buzzing around, building up the scene. You know, for a while there was like a little dead period, but I definitely think it's Jacksonville's growing musically.
I was like, we need something that separates us from other people, I feel like. And so we're like, what if we made like a satirical fraternity like shirt ripoff with like the frat letters, but it was the AZE and Glazed, but like it was just that. And a bunch of people bought them and were like, dude, I love that shirt. Like, are you in a frat? And it's just funny because we're not. It's just a band shirt.
But we're totally frat, like personality-wise.
I guess we just like to party.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Also, we're jealous because Liam's in a frat and we aren't.
Yeah.
So this has been On the Couch with Spinnaker Radio. Thanks for watching. We're Glazed, and come out to a show.
What's the song?
The song's called Gracie Gold.
You giving up isn't obvious. It's in your character to be oblivious and undescriptive. You giving up isn't obvious. Sometimes it's alright to show blue beneath your confidence. Can't you see that this isn't a matter of metaphysics, but rather something that can't be calculated or labeled as scientific? A claim based on observation and reading you, it just feels like passively to me. You're staring at a shadow that's keeping you in place. You giving up isn't obvious. It's in your character to be oblivious. It's undescriptive. You giving up isn't obvious. And sometimes it's alright to show blue beneath your confidence. Too awkward. Her selfish words burned her. It burned you at both ends. Too afraid to. You hid behind a false pretense. Justify that self-defense. This won't make shit different. It never made a difference. Never made a difference. Quake away the pain. You aren't that alone. Take the time to meditate. You're staring at a shadow that's keeping you in place. You giving up isn't obvious. It's in your character to be oblivious and undescriptive. You giving up isn't obvious. And sometimes it's alright to show blue beneath your confidence.
Glazed. Thanks.
Oh yeah. He does it on stage sometimes for us shows.
You're watching Spinnaker Television.